recording today. It is Monday, February the 5th. The year is 2024. I have safely made it back from, where was I? Oh, Istanbul. I can't even need the name. Turkey. I'm going to go get my teeth done. As you can see, I still got, as I had them. You look closely, you see the teeth, the original teeth. But what you can't see is I had 8 implants installed. I can't really see them. The 8 implants, they took out a couple of teeth and they put in the rest of the 8 implants. So now the implants have been installed. I'll go back to Turkey in 3 to 4 months after they've healed. And they will complete the process by putting on the permanent teeth and capping the remainder of my teeth. And then I have what they call a Hollywood smile. So I'm getting close, got the 8 implants in. What was it like going to Turkey to do this type of work? Well, where do I even start? Because, you're going up to another foreign country to do dental work. Or when I was going to do hair implants, I'll get to that in a minute. Well, it's a long flight to get there. About 11 and a half hour flight, direct from Atlanta to Istanbul, Turkey. When you get there, the clinic, the medical facility was waiting for us at the airport. And they picked us up and took us straight to the hotel and checked us in. And we left Saturday, we got there on Sunday. It was a direct flight. The very next day, the medical facility picked us up and took us to their hospital so they can inspect us for the hair implants and the dental work. Everything's very professional. The environment's very clean. The medical facility is very clean, professional people. There are people from all over the world of every race inside these medical facilities who've flown in for either hair implants, dental work, or some type of cosmetic surgery. I sat with the head dentist and the head over the head implants. I did the dental first. We went over a plan. They already had my x-rays and kind of had an idea what we were going to do. We went over a couple of different scenarios. We chose the best scenario would be to keep as many teeth that I have because they're in good condition. And to put implants where needed, and we'll fill in the gaps where we can't put implants with some bridges. So, if you're curious to know, the installation of the 8 implants cost $4,100. So that is $4,100 compared to in America. Each implant would have ran me somewhere between $3,000 and $4,000 per implant. So I saved significantly on having the implants installed in Turkey. The fun part is, well, they do them all at one time. So the next day, that day I didn't have any dental work done that day. The guy I was with, he did have some root canals done. They wanted to go ahead and get that out of the way. I didn't have any root canals to do. So the very next day, we woke us up and drug us back over there. So that was Tuesday. Then we got there on Sunday. Got there late Sunday evening. Checked into the hotel. Monday they came to get us. We spent most of the day doing x-rays and lab work, preparing ourselves for, what they could do for us the next day. And on Tuesday, it was on and popping. And somehow or another, they chose me to be first. And I got there, had my little, come on in, had my little cup of coffee and the tea, sitting on down grade, watching TV. They said, drop that tea and coffee and get your ass in this chair. I said, what's going on? Me first? Out of all the people that was lined up to have all this dental work for, guess who went first? My black ass. I was like, oh, Lord. Now, I had a discussion with them about them putting me to sleep. They said they can put me to sleep the day before. However, on this particular day, they were like, well, we were discussing that, but we didn't make that solid. I mean, they were like, well, if we're going to put you to sleep, we won't be able to do this today. We'd have to wait a day or two to put you to sleep, to have the team here to put you to sleep. I mean, had we made the plans yesterday, we could have had them here today at this medical facility. They had another medical facility. So they were like, well, maybe we could run you over to that other medical facility. And then the guy at the dentist said, well, it's not going to take me very long to put those 8 implants in there. I'm just going to numb you up. Let's just try that and see what happens. There was a lot of pressure to get me into that damn chair. So I said, okay, let me get in that damn chair. Baby, they had the needles lined up. Pow, 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 pow. It was numbing, grabbing. It was a lot. What I will say, American dentists have better bedside manner when they're doing dental work. They're a little bit easier on your mouth. You know, just different. Over there, they try to get it done and fast. Or I won't say fast, but as quickly as they can. They're trying to, they got right to work, numbing me up, drilling, clawing, pulling, yanking. I was like, what's going on? So it took about an hour of work. They worked on my right side of the mouth first, then they did the left side of my mouth. By the time they got over to my left side, the numbness had wore off. They had but they had used the anesthesia that started to wear off. So I said, y'all got to go back in there and numb that mess up. So they would then numb me back up. And they would give me what I needed to be numbed up and everything whenever I asked for it. And they got to work. And they're just drilling. They put an implant up on my upper tooth here where there was a space missing. All my teeth had already been removed except for one tooth. They had to take one tooth out on this side. And I knew it had to go. I just hadn't pulled it. I was just waiting. In fact, I was saving it because I wanted them to pull it and stick the implant in. So they were like, okay. But that one tooth saves a lot of bone on this side of my mouth. So because your bone, you got to have enough bone density to do these implants. So after you did all that, got the drilling done, it felt like an eternity. And I'm not going to lie, y'all. Yeah, you feel some pain. And I'm not going to sit here and lie and say, oh, yeah, I felt like I was laying up on the beach in Turkey. That'd be a motherfucking lie. You going to feel some pain. 8 implants going into your head at one time, you going to feel that shit. They going to numb you up repeatedly, but you're going to feel the pressure, some pain, some pulling. You got 3 people pretty much fighting for room in your mouth, the dentist, the nurse dentist, and the other person looking. It's a lot going on. So I had my little headphones on trying to listen to my music. So I had pulled my little phone up to hit play, and they were like, no. I was like, well, I'm just playing music. And they have a translator there. He was like, give me the phone. I was like, well, I was just trying to play music. He said, well, you realize that you can't be on your phone while you're doing this. I said, no, I was just putting my music on my headphones. He's like, okay, but put your music on and then put the phone in your pocket. I said, okay, I put my phone in my pocket, put my little music on. I think people act like I was about to text somebody. They're like, no phone. There is a language barrier. So if you're going overseas, you will have a translator that goes with you everywhere you go to translate whatever language, not English, of course, south side of Gary, Indiana English. So thick accent there. What do you say? What do you say? So my translator, he was like, you have a very thick accent. I said, yeah, I'm Gary, Indiana. What you expect? Gary, Indiana through Atlanta, Georgia, Southern. I got a Southern mixed urban accent. So sometimes when I would talk, they'd be like, what? But the translator, he listened. And so everywhere you go in these medical facilities, you will have a translator. Otherwise, nobody's going to understand what you're saying, and it would be very confusing. So we get the dental thing done. Here's the fun part. They said, okay, we're going to run some x-rays to get you out the chair. I'm wobbling like, yeah. I said, yeah, I almost fell. They said, help me get out the chair. They said, you're okay. They had numbed my ass up so much I couldn't even walk. I was like dizzy. I said, okay, where am I? Where am I? Oh, I woke up. I'm in this damn dentist's office being tortured. So they got me upstairs. They take you up to the upstairs take you around into the x-ray room so they can x-ray you. Then they said, we're going to take you upstairs and we're going to give you a shot for the pain. I get upstairs, they do the x-rays, the multiple x-rays. They want to make sure the implants are incorrect. We get upstairs to do the shot. The nurses I walk into the room, these nurses are looking at me and they're just confused and they're just looking at me. And after a few minutes of staring and stuff, the guy came back, the translator says, hey, they won't be able to give you the shot because you're so big, they don't know how to, if the needle would be long enough to give you the shot, because the needle has to go in a certain centimeter, all this bullshit. I said, what? I said, I've given my shot a shot 1,000 times. Give me that needle, because I need this pain shot. He's like, you can do it yourself? I said, hell yeah, I can do it myself. Mind you, my mouth was filled with all this, tissue they done stuck in my damn mouth. I'm trying to give me the needle, I do my own shot. So the nurses and they looking like, well, if he wants to do it himself, he can do it. Now, what they did was lay me on my stomach on my table and pull my pants down. And they're looking at my buttocks, and they're trying to figure out, well, they're going from buttock to buttock, trying to figure out where did you get shot at. Well, I work out some of my behind. I guess the muscle with my behind is just too, whatever they were trying to figure out. They were just nervous that the needle wouldn't go through. So I said, give me that needle. So after much convincing, they said, you give me yourself shots. So I had to translate. I said, man, I done gave myself shots 1,000 times. I do testosterone. I give my own shots. So he said, okay. So they're going to get the needle together. And then she said, but you have to do it in your hip. It has to go in your buttock. I said, I know how to do a hip shot. I've been doing it for the past 20 years. I know how to do that. Trust me. Give me that needle. I could feel the pain was starting to catch up to my ass. I need to get that shot in fast. They fucking fooling around here. So I'm standing up there and they getting the needle ready. So then they said, all right, so we're going to give you the needle, then we're going to go down this hallway and into this room so you can do your shot. They gave me that damn needle. I whipped my pants down with alcohol there. I set the needle down, whipped my pants down, whapped my head with that alcohol, shook my hand behind to dry it off. It dried. I took that needle, rammed it into my behind, and hit that plunger. They were like, oh. Did the plunger, took the tissue out, pulled the needle out, and held that tissue there and gave back that needle. And I looked at them. They were like, oh. The needle went right on in. I was like, it was a big needle, too. It was a big needle. I didn't feel nothing because I was too busy feeling all this other fucking pain in my damn mouth. That needle wasn't shit. So I gave myself a shot. I'm sitting into the tissue. My pants ain't half hanging down. I know they can see nothing about my right butt cheek. Not even that much. Then finally, they said, okay. Wow, that was easy. I said, good. So we go back downstairs to the dentist. And the dentist says, come, get back in chair. And they all looking around. I see all this stuff out. I'm like, get back in chair. So the translator says, they're talking. The dentist is talking to the translator. He said, Mr. Hampton, we have a problem. The dentist don't like the way the last implant was installed. He wants to cut you back open, remove the sutures. My mouth was all stitched up. He says he wants to go back in there, remove the sutures, remove that implant, and put a different one in. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay. I said, well, what are we going to do? He said, this has to be done. I said, well, let's get started. They went back to numbing me up, big needles in my side of the mouth. They had to numb me up. By this time, my mouth was about numb. The local anesthesia wore off, practically. So they numbed me up, gave it a few minutes, and went back to work, got the sutures out, opened back up my gums, went in there with something, pulled that damn thing out, and went back in there with this thing and impacted and stuck another one in there. And this time they made sure it was all right. This time, before they sutured me up, they ran me good with the x-ray. Did the x-ray before they closed me up. Hurry up, got me over to the x-ray machine. By this time, y'all, I thought I was going to. Because mind you, I didn't give myself this shot they gave me for the pain. I did that myself. I'm dizzy as fuck. They practically was holding me up at that x-ray machine over there so they can get this x-ray. They took the x-ray. He liked it. They rested me back down the hallway, put me back in a chair. He hurried up and sutured me up. Got that done. Then they said, okay, we're going to go back and x-ray it again. I said, well, there we go. So, altogether, that morning, this all happened Tuesday morning before 12 noon. I think altogether I was probably in that chair in between all this going on about 2 hours. Between the initial dental work, the episode with the shot, and then going back for round 2. About 2 hours. So the friend who went with me, after I got finished, he was next. So they said, okay, we finished. I said, oh, thank goodness. And so the translator was like, well, you can wait in the lobby for your friend to have his dental work done. He's going to be here for a while, or we can take you back to the hotel. Y'all know which one I chose. Get my ass back to that hotel. I am so glad that morning I got up and ate breakfast. At the hotel where we stayed at, they provide you with breakfast. They provide you with all the meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or buffet. All-inclusive breakfast, lunch, and dinner, whatever you want to eat. So every morning I got to make breakfast. I did bring out food. So that day that we were going to have that dinner work, I got my ass up at 7 a.m. and went down there and ate breakfast. Thank goodness I did. Because let me tell you, I wasn't going to be able to eat nothing after the rest of that damn day. My mouth was tore up. So I had already eaten me something. My person guy with me, he eat breakfast. Worst mistake he could have ever made. Once they start giving you those pain pills and antibiotics on an empty stomach, always eat before you have dinner work, y'all. Before they start giving you those anesthesia, that local those to numb you up, and pain medicine and antibiotics, try to have some food in your system for your own sake. I knew that. I tried to tell him that, but he wasn't listening. So after his surgery, when he got back to the hospital, he was throwing up. He was sick. Now, we got back to the hotel. Basically, the hotel we stayed at was a nice hotel. Everybody in that hotel was a patient of this particular clinic. So that's a good thing. The staff knows you're there for medical work. They constantly knocking on the doors, checking on you. Mr. Hampton, are you okay? Is everything okay? Do you need any water? How do you feel? Are you hungry? Do you need any food? Do you need any water or juice? Do you need anything? So they're constantly checking on you throughout the day. And every time we would leave the room and go to do something, they put brand new sheets and pillowcases and everything on the bed, take out the old stuff that had blood and everything on. They rip it out and put it on something clean and fresh. So every time you get back to the room, you get back into a clean bed. And if you're in a lot of pain, let me just say this. I was in a lot of pain. I was taking the pain pills. 8 implants drilled into my head. It's a lot. I met a black guy there. He was having 12. I was like, "Hey, give me you 12 implants." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm getting 12 tomorrow." I was like, "Oh, boy, I want to scare him." I said, "You'll be okay." I was thinking, "Oh, boy." So they put 8. What? I mean, I'm here live now. He's here talking. There's no way I could have did a video over there in Turkey because I was in so much discomfort during that period while we were there. I mean, we got there on Sunday. The surgery started on Monday. And, there was a lot of discomfort throughout the week. And on the next video, I'll explain about the hair transplant that didn't take place. I wanted them hair transplants so bad. I was looking at all these other guys coming and getting their hair transplants. The guy I was with, he got his hair transplant. Everybody getting hair transplant. But me, I was like, no. But I couldn't get my hair transplant because I'll explain in the next video. First off, this is a long story. I was misled by one company about the extent of the hair transplant I'd be able to get. I wasn't prepared. I didn't adequately prepare myself for the hair transplant because I have such little hair to choose from. There were certain things I should have been doing here in the United States before I went so that I could have a successful hair transplant, but nobody told me this because I have such little hair to choose from. And when you're doing a hair transplant, the hair that they move from wherever to there, it's a one-time shot because I don't have a lot of hair to choose from. It wasn't like I had thick hair in the back, a lot of hair, and no, that wasn't the case. So they were only going to do a little small sliver of a space right here in the front. I'm thinking, what about all this is bullshit? But we'll talk about the next video. I'm not done with the hair transplant. It will get done. I will have 100% coverage. It just could not be done this trip. So I learned a lot, But back to the dental work. The next day I woke up. That evening, I did eat some spaghetti. They had some spaghetti at the restaurant, at the hotel. They brought us spaghetti to eat. The spaghetti was delicious. Matter of fact, we ate that spaghetti every night for dinner. Delicious. Big old thing of spaghetti. You could, eat spaghetti, you ain't chewing on nothing. You just kind of sucking it down. And there's some chocolate cake and I found a bottle of vodka. I've got a liquor store around the corner and we got some damn vodka. It's a Muslim country, so they don't serve liquor. So the few restaurants that we did go to, there was no liquor. The hotel didn't have liquor in there. There was no bar. The hotel was very clean. The staff was very kind. Everywhere we went, people were very nice to us. You know, two big black dudes, they running up there, you know, they're very curious. They want to grab your muscle. They want to look at you. Where you from? Very friendly people, I would say, in Turkey. I didn't run into any type of racial issue. And my guy who went with me, he was so sick because he didn't eat. He wouldn't eat breakfast, so he stayed sick. He just wouldn't get out of bed and get breakfast. I got my big ass. I ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They had food. I was gonna eat. I didn't miss a meal. That food, they said. I mean, breakfast started at 7 a.m. to 11. So all you can eat buffet. They had omelets, eggs. You want however you want your eggs. It has a ton of stuff to choose from. So why would I miss the most important meal of the day? That didn't make sense to me, so I made sure to get me some breakfast. So I got up and ate. I didn't miss breakfast. Some mornings I got up at 7 o'clock, ate breakfast, and if I got hungry again before they shut it down at 11, I went back down to the buffet and ate again. They had all types of food on that. Salmon, smoked salmon, fish. They had everything you could imagine. So you could find something to eat on that buffet for breakfast. Lunch was a little bit different, you know, but they had lamb. There was stuff to eat. I found tons of food that I enjoyed, Turkish-style food. When I travel around the world, I try to eat what the locals eat if I can. I don't... Luckily, we got the guy who went with me, he was not feeling well. So while I was out walking around the neighborhood, because they want you to get out and walk around, mind you, it's freezing cold. I forgot to tell y'all about that. Freezing cold, snowing and every damn thing. The day we had the dental procedure done, it was snowing outside, the wind was blowing, it was freezing cold. I said, God damn, what the hell did happen? So I found a Burger King restaurant. And I called him, I said, hey, I found a Burger King. You want some of this Burger King? Yes, please bring me some Whoppers. Now, at the hotel that we stay at, they tell you, do not bring any outside food into this hotel. Because remember, we like staying at a hospital. We want you to eat the food that we provide here because it's more hygienic and better for your recovery and blah, 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 blah. They ain't had no Whoppers on that menu. So I said, I called him out. I said, look, they got some Whoppers down here. You want these Whoppers? Like, that boy had to eat something. He said, bring me 2 Whoppers and a Coke. I said, I'm going to try to do my best to get this in here. So like I had my little backpack with me. So I got the little Whoppers. The girl gave me the little Coke in the can. And so, you know, they had Coke at the hotel. He wanted a Dr. Pepper or something, some drink he wanted. So I got the little soda and got the little drink and I'm holding it. Get to the hotel. I walk on in, walk past security and race upstairs and get to give him his Whoppers. So he just went to eat. Nigga gotta eat, y'all. That's one thing. Don't travel with somebody who don't like to eat foreign foods. I don't like the smell of it. I'm like, you don't like the smell of it? It smells like food to me. What's the problem? Just picky for no reason. But you gotta eat. We up here, they pumping us with antibiotics and pain pills, and you gotta eat. They tell you gotta eat to take this stuff, or you gonna get sick. And so I brought him the Whoppers. He ate them. He finally ate them. And then after that, he felt better. So every day we got up, walked down to Burger King, and so he can get him something to eat because he didn't want to eat the food at that hotel. I don't know why. It was just regular food to me. I mean, some of it look different, but it's just food. It's chicken, it's lamb, it's pork, it's beef, it's omelet. I mean, it's pancakes. Their pancakes were different looking, but it tastes good to me. I put that honey on there, a little chocolate syrup they gave me, and ate it. I'm gonna eat y'all. If you're a person who likes to travel, you got to learn to eat what they prepare you. It wasn't any weird food. It was just regular food, just prepared in a turkey type way. And he's asking the girl behind the counter, he kept making requests. There's a language barrier. And I'm like, they don't understand what you're talking about. They're trying to, appease him. Back to the spaghetti bowl. So every night we had that spaghetti because it was good. Or the Whoppers during the day when we walked down there. When they want you to walk, whenever you go have surgery, out of the country. Y'all keep this in mind. They give you antibiotics. He had the hair transplant. They gave him sedation where he was asleep. If you didn't flew, this is very important, and I understood every word these doctors said. You have flown 12 hours. You cannot stay in that hotel and lay in bed all day. You will get blood clots. And I'm sure at that hotel where we stayed at, they didn't open up the door and some patient was laid up in their bed because they didn't get out their bed. After I had my dental work done, I slept a little while. That same evening, I was out walking up to that mall. I needed some apple cider vinegar because the medicine was causing me hiccups. And I said, I need some apple cider vineger. And I said, I went down there at the front desk, drugstore, pharmacy. Nobody can figure it out. I said, I got to find some damn apple cider vinegar. I was on a mission to get that damn apple cider vinegar so I can stop these hiccups. And I found, as I walked up to the mall up the street, freezing cold weather. See, I'm a trooper. I ain't about to stay up in that hotel and suffer with hiccups and pain and all this other shit. So I got my ass up there walking in cold weather, my big winter coat on. I was ready. And as I got there, I saw a pharmacy. And I walked up to the pharmacy. I said, I'm looking for apple cider vinegar. He put out a phone. We texted back each other. He said, I said, apple cider vinegar. And he said, he turned this to his son. He said, take him around there and get this. We don't have it here. He gonna take you there. So the son said, okay. And the son, we walked across the little mall to the courtyard over to this, looked like an Aldi's to me, like an Aldi store. We walked in. He went from shelf to shelf. He said, that's it. And there it was, the apple cider vinegar. All these bottles of apple cider vinegar. I was like, wow, it was like a big section of it. So I was trying to figure out which one to get. And he was like, get that one. So I said, okay, so I got that. It's a plastic bottle. So I got the apple cider vinegar. And I saw some other stuff that I wanted in the odds in that stuff. Just I wanted to pick up a few things I was going to need at the hotel. I mean, it's freezing cold outside. I'm in pain. Blood is literally dripping out my mouth. I'm wiping the blood away. I'm spitting. I wasn't supposed to be spitting. I still had this stuff in my mouth. And so finally I got the apple cider vinegar, paid for the stuff, and I gave the little boy who took me over there, gave him some Turkish, I don't know what I gave, but it was, he was so happy. I just reached my wife. I don't know what that money was. I said, here, it could have been $1,000. He's like, oh, thank you. I don't know what it was. I just gave it to him. I said, it was Turkish money. I said, I can't do nothing but this shit. I'm in pain right now. And I got to going back down to that hotel with my apple cider vinegar. The apple cider vinegar worked to kill out. Both of us had severe hiccups. So the apple cider vinegar did some work. Whatever medicine they gave us for the pain pill and antibiotics, it was so strong it was causing these hiccups. Crazy part is that a friend of mine in Atlanta had surgery on his ACL in Atlanta. He was having the same problem, hiccups here in America. He said, man, I'm having all these hiccups. I said, get you some apple cider vinegar, drink that, and that should knock it out. So he did the same thing. But again, if you go to this country, if you're going to a foreign country to do these types, first off, I would not go alone. Everyone that was there that I met was with someone, whether they were participating in the surgeries that they were having or they were just with that person. I met a ton of people. I would not suggest going there to do this alone. I would suggest going with someone. The airfare, if you book it out far enough, is not expensive. It's fairly cheap. The hotel combination room was small, but it was well cleaned. Every time we left the room, they cleaned it up. What I liked is they were very attentive. They would call the room, Mr. Hampton, are you okay? Is your friend okay? May we speak to him? I put him on the phone. They talked to him a little bit. You still sick? Do you need anything? You need us to call the people? He's like, no, because the nigga needed to eat. But once we got them start pumping them whoppers into his system, he's perked up. And then the last day, right before we left, we went to the Mall of Istanbul. And we were looking for something to eat there. And this nigga saw Popeye's chicken. He ran over there. I said, you going to eat this fried Popeye's chicken? How you going to eat this with all your mouth all messed up? While he was eating on Popeyes, I went and got me this delicious turkey meat sandwich. Turkey, beef, lamb, chopped up. It was so good. The people, and you have to understand, they don't used to see a lot of big black guys, so they're all just staring at you like this, and people want to take pictures, and And in fact, I was wearing a shirt similar to this inside the mall because I took my coat off. It was burning up. I said, I had to take the shit off. I was burning up. And then people just really were gathering around. And the people at the little Turkish meat sandwich, they gave me a whole bunch of food. They gave me some rice. The food was excellent. While he's over there eating that Popeyes he should have been eating, but I was eating. But that's his decision. In fact, I ate that food and took it home and ate, and they had another sandwich left over from about 12 midnight. I woke up middle of the night and ate that. I'm not going to starve myself. If you go out of town, go to do this type of stuff, don't go alone. Make preparations to take someone with you. Also prepare yourself for pain. Maybe bring your own pain pills. Something to make you comfortable while you're there. Whether it's Tylenol or Aleve. I had some of that. I took some Tylenol Aleve and that actually worked for me. Because their pain pills were so intense I couldn't take it. It was causing them hiccups. I had to stop those. I took my own little pain pills. I had my Ambien to sleep. I had my Ambien. I had some other medications to help me make me be comfortable over there. The bed was about this big. I mean, I was literally, if I turned over too fast, I'd fall on the floor. So I had to turn over real carefully so I'd stay on that bed. Them beds were small as hell. I'm like, where the hell did they get these beds from? They weren't no twin size. Them beds were small. And so the hotel was nice. I would like to stay at a different hotel when we go back. When I go back to get the rest of the work there, and they say I'm going to have to be there for 9 days to get the caps and stuff on. So overall, I would give the place we went to an A+. They were very kind, alert. I felt the prices we paid were reasonable. I did a lot of research. I was comfortable with the work that they've done. The environment was clean. The medical facility was clean. We ended up going to 2 medical facilities there because you had to get your lab work at one place, and they do. So we ended up at 2 different medical facilities throughout this process. I think we went twice, or 2 or 3. I can't remember. But overall, I was very satisfied with the services that we did receive at this place. And the place, I meant to tell you the name of the place. The place that they did the medical work, and they didn't told me messages already. Clinic Expert. And I'll post the link. Clinic Expert, CLINIC, like clinic expert in Turkey, medical specialist. And the guy I worked with, his name was OJ, and he speaks English. So overall, I'm very satisfied with the results. I know once we get to go back for the final teeth installed, I do finally get my hair transplant, which again, I'll go into the details of why it could be done in the next video. But this video is a lot longer than I wanted, but I was trying to explain everything because so many people had so many questions. I thought the place was very reasonable. Price-wise, the services were good, professional. People were very kind. The people in Turkey that we just saw in the mall and on the streets. The taxi cab drivers, the transportation, the food. When you were going to the restaurant in the morning time, when I was going there, I was eating breakfast. They prepared my omelet the way I wanted. I had asked for some sausages of some type. The next day I got there, they had a special sausage. We have sausage for you, and it was sausage. I said, "Oh yeah, thank you." You just got to talk to people. I had coffee, juice. They made orange juice fresh every morning. That was a little extra, but it was worth it. It wasn't expensive. They have a lot of gift shops in the area. They have all this chocolate. I don't know what's up with all this damn chocolate they selling over there. There was chocolate everywhere. We didn't get a chance to do much sightseeing because it was so cold and the wind would hit our mouths and that wind would blow. And it was just bone. It was just, so we didn't get out to see very much because it was so cold. It was wintertime, freezing cold. The wind could knock you down. When I was walking up to that mall, trust me, it was a battle. But I was determined to get that apple cider vinegar. And then we found that Burger King. I'm determined to feed this boy these Whoppers so he can eat. And I ate some Whoppers too, so I ain't gonna lie. Whoppers was good. Throw them damn things up. I'm an eater, so I ain't gonna miss a meal, honey. Would I do it again? I'm very excited. Yeah, of course I would do it again. I got to go back and do it again. Just be prepared. It's a foreign country. The food is different. If you're a world traveler like I like to do, you're going to learn how to eat something. You're going to find something to eat. But anyway, this video is a lot longer. Let me take these dogs out. And I got a bunch of folks headed this way because it's already 11:30 and I got up late this morning. I kind of slept in. My mouth was hurting. So I had to take some pain pills and kind of lay back down. And I got an electrician down there working. So, he's still working over here on this old raggedy shack. Oh, Lord, I'm so sick of this place. But anyway, today it is Monday. It is February 5th. The year is 2024. Video a lot longer than I wanted, but I wanted to get some details. If y'all have any questions, if you're interested in going on about the place, I'll put the link to the guy who can contact him at Clinic Expert in Turkey, Istanbul, Turkey, however you pronounce it. I think the prices were good. I think they had some of the best prices on hair implant and dental. I mean, because the prices are all over the place, but this place has the most reasonable prices for the work that they're asking. Some places were a little more expensive. Don't forget, y'all, I looked in Colombia. People are like, did you look in, y'all, I called places in New York, Miami, Los Angeles, Colombia. All together, when this is complete, I will have paid $10,000 for all my dental work. That same, for the dental work that I'm having done in Turkey for 10 grand would have cost me $50, $60, $70, or $80,000, between $50 and $80,000 in the United States. In Colombia, it was somewhere between 20 and 30. I got it all together. When I'm finished, I'll be at 10,000 for the same quality work. I mean, there were hundreds of people. If you go there, you're gonna see so many people. That hotel was packed with patients showing up. All right, I'm out of here, y'all. Bye.